Hey everybody, I'm Eva. Thanks for joining. In today's video, I'm going to tell you which bag I used on my recent international trip. I just returned from Zagreb, Croatia. I had a great experience. And even though I've been to Croatia twice before, I'd never actually went to Zagreb. So it was really fun to see that capital city. So in this video, I'm going to tell you about my decision process in terms of which bag that I wanted to take, what criteria was important for me for a travel bag. And then I'm going to tell you which features of the Coach Dakota bag really drew me in and made me think that it would be perfect for travel. I'll show you mod shots, I'll show you what fits. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to have a few pics and videos from my travel. So I'm not going to make a separate travel vlog, but I will include those little memories for myself anyway here at the end of this video. But before we get any further, when I finished my work at the Music Academy, I did have one free day and I was able to travel down to Zadar, which is on the Adriatic coast. Now I have been to Zadar before. I knew that it was a very special place specifically because of the sea organ. It was really amazing how this was built. In fact, I'll have a video linked below that tells you more about the sea organ in case you're interested. But the way that this was built, there are valves and pipes underneath the boardwalk, and the pressure of the waves activates the wind and the air used to make the pitches. And the pitches and the frequency and the loudness changes as the intensity of the water changes. So for example, when a boat goes by, then the pitches get faster and they get louder. It's so amazing for me to see this intersection between architecture and nature. I just love this location. So before we get into the bag details, I have to play you a very short clip of this. So you see what I mean? It's really magical. All right, so more clips and more photos at the end of this video in case you're interested. But for now, let's get into talking about the bags. So for this trip, I just wanted to take one bag with me. I knew that it would do the job for everything that I needed to do. I didn't have any formal occasions, so I just needed something that would be practical. I wanted it to have zipper access. I did not want to use a flap, and I wanted to be able to get to my phone quickly and my readers quickly. And I wanted it to be a Goldilocks size. I didn't want it to be too big or too small. I wanted to be able to wear it crossbody, and I wanted it to have a super comfortable strap because I knew I'd be walking a lot. So I saw that Coach had released a Dakota bag, and when I saw this Dakota, I was like, oh, that would be a perfect travel bag. Now, maybe I wanted an excuse to buy a new bag. That's always possible. But honestly, I thought it would be perfect for travel, and it was. Here's the main thing that really drew me in is that it's a camera style bag, but you can see here on the front of this bag, it has two zip pockets. So here on this front pocket, this is the perfect place for my phone. So you see it just goes in and out of this zip pocket here so easily. And of course, you know, when I'm traveling, I need to pull up my maps navigation so that I can walk from place to place. It's really handy to be able to get to my phone quick. Now, because I'm old, I need my glasses to see my Maps app on my phone. So having quick access to my readers was also really important. And so this little pocket here was perfect for that. So I could grab my readers when I needed them. And if I was just taking a picture of something real quick, then I could reach for my phone in this pocket. So this organizational system actually was great for me. I loved using it. So all the organization is on the front of the bag. There is no pocket or anything here on the back of the bag. Oh, I guess you can tell, or I should have mentioned, it's in the Loved Leather. So it has the distressed look about it, and the leather itself is very flexible and malleable, so you know it can squish down this way. It also, like, you know, can squish up because sometimes I just reached for it when I was in a hurry like this. The bag did not come with this leather chain strap. I used this from one of my other bags here. It came with a top handle strap and a crossbody strap, which I'll show you shortly. But first, let me just give you a shot down in the interior of the bag. It's a dark interior, so it is hard to see in there, but you can see that it's just a big open space here. But it does have this snap pocket in the back, and I found that to be very helpful because I could put my passport and my wallet right here in the back of this bag. So a camera style bag with a zipper closure, very handy. I loved using it. At the end of the video, I'll show you what fits, and I'm also going to show you some mod shots. So as I mentioned earlier, a wider strap is important to me for comfort for when I'm walking for a long time, you know, just so that it helps distribute the weight. And this is the strap that comes with the Dakota. Now, because this comes from the men's line, I believe they made it extra long. And so when I tried this on, you can see that I wore it on the next to shortest setting, but there was still quite a bit of length left over. it would have worked fine. But I got to thinking, what if I were to use my Loved Leather tabby strap? Yeah, so I grabbed my tabby, I took the strap off my tabby, and I put it on the Dakota, and it worked perfect. So of course it has the same width, it has the same look with the Loved Leather, and for me it was like the perfect length with just a little bit of excess, you know, not too much. So yeah, very comfortable, very practical, and I really like the look of it as well. The Loved Leather Dakota came with this charm set, which I thought was cool. So it has the hang tag, a little Rexy down here that's attached, and then this C. So this bag came with that long crossbody strap. Of course, it's called the Dakota Crossbody, but it also came with a shoulder strap. You know, so depending on how you wanted to wear it, you could wear it crossbody, you could wear it on the shoulder, or you know, you could just carry it by the handle. So a lot of different options. It's very versatile. Okay, here, let's do a match shot so you can see how this bag looks on me. I really like the size of this bag. For me, it's kind of like a Goldilocks size, not too big, not too small. I also really like the width of this bag when I'm wearing it as a crossbody. Okay, so let me just give you a couple of size comparisons here. So here's the Finlay camera bag from the outlet. I think this is a great camera bag style. You know, it does have this separate pocket here. It also has a flap on the back. I really like the organization of it. It just was a little bit too small for me, and of course the print. I was concerned about wearing this every day of my trip. But when I put them side by side here, you can see how much taller this Dakota bag is. And so that really gives you a lot more room for packing. And for me, that it just made it more ideal to use this one on the trip. And then here it is next to my Loved Leather tabby. It also has more capacity than the tabby. I mean, I can get quite a bit here in this tabby size, but not as much as I can get in this Dakota. I think it's most similar to the size of the original Cassie. And this is why this Dakota was such a winner for me, because you can see it pretty much has the same size as the Cassie, but the combination of the height and this little extra width here, it's a little bit wider than the Cassie, but the size of the Dakota was just ideal for me for what I wanted to pack. So now let me take the camera down, show you inside the bag so that you can see everything that fits in here. All right, so let me show you what fits inside this bag. Rosie is interested, and maybe you can see Charlie is actually outside looking in from the window. But anyway, so as I mentioned previously, the external organization on this bag was really important to me. So I knew that I was going to need to have quick access to my phone, and I wanted to be able to put it down and get to it very quickly as I was walking around the city. And then I love this extra little small compartment here because for me it was a perfect place for my readers, and also kept a pen down in the bottom of that pocket. Now looking here on the interior of the bag, I know you can't see down in there yet because I've got a water bottle up here at top. So when I got back from the trip, I actually kept using this bag. So you're going to see a little bit of what I had on the trip and what I'm still using. And for me, that's very rare because usually when I come back on it from a trip, I'm like, I want to switch out of the bag right away. But I liked this one so much, I just, you know, kept adding to it and kept using it. So back here in the back pocket, this is where I kept my passport. And this is also where I kept my wallet. And then I've got my car keys here in the back pocket, and I've got a couple of receipts and also a couple of doctor's appointment reminder cards. Yes, and because that was a dermatologist appointment, I got some free samples. And then here in the main compartment, I have a protein bar, a pack of tissues, I have a hand sanitizer, a medicine pouch, my mini pochette, and an extra wallet for all the extra cards. And I know it's dark, it's hard to see down there inside the bag, but because of the organization and the layout, it was really easy to use and find my things inside this bag. Well, thanks for joining me as I talk about the Dakota bag today. If you have any questions about the Dakota, then put it in the comments below. And for those of you that would like to see some more clips or videos of my trip, then I'll have it here at the end of the video. So thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
daughter Madeira, she was a queen of knowledge and the war. So they would be placed in all the like a big buildings as a like a main figures. And here, all states covered with this one.
Oh, you feel it?